many sleepless nights, tossing turning in my bed. I just wanted bread, sick of being broke.
All right, boys. Last topic. What do you define as success in life? We'll start off. We'll go from the other way now. So we'll start off with Yaqub this time. Yaqub, what do you see as
What do I define as successful? Everyone's Muslim here, so I'm guessing, being religious, being close to Allah. Obviously, our number one priority is, we want to get Jannah. So I'd say being religious and being happy as well. A lot of people talk about having money and stuff like that, and having a crazy job and all this stuff. But to be honest, imagine you had all that and you're not happy. You wouldn't see that as successful. So I'd say being religious and being happy. And
you're going in a 3 series, then you're gonna knock us. You're gonna go in the 3 series.
3 series.
Joey, tell him when you're going in 3 series. The leather seats hit different, huh?
All right, Kazi, what are you saying?
Yeah, but that's what makes you happy, but
yeah. All right,
Exactly.
that's what happiness is success. That's what Yaqub believes. What about you, Damien? What do you think, Kazi?
I think a successful life is so when it comes down to it, is that what you put in for your family, your kids, your wife, I think how you keep accountable spiritually, how you keep accountable physically while you're here, I think just taking those perfect steps. It's not about how much money you make, but it's about the impact you have when you're here. How many people can you influence? How many people can you bring that positivity that, you believe in? So I think, yeah.
What about you, Dunya?
Honest, for me, success is just like what Yaqub said, being religious, going to Umrah, doing that, asking for forgiveness for your past sins, whatever. That sometimes success can also mean that, being in a comfortable, well-off position, helping your family out, getting a job, getting a business, getting a high girl,
Dunya!
getting it every night for the rest of your life. I know you're gonna do it, once or twice a week, but sometimes you need a good wife to have a good life.
Okay.
صح ولا لا?
Good love.
That's you, bro. That's you.
Happy wife, happy life. That's his quote.
Barisa, what do you think?
For me, wallah, deen is a big one. Just making sure you're very connected to your religion. Also the influence that you have on people's lives. I feel like if you're when you're departing the world, if you've influenced different people in a good way, then wallahi, I would define that as very successful.
Yeah. Good stuff. Joey.
For me, same thing as what the boys are saying, but for me, it's more like 3 specific things, like we were saying, deen, obviously, being on top of religion, just keeping on top of my prayers and stuff, maintaining the relationships with the family and stuff like that. Obviously, it's a good feeling when you know that you're not cutting ties and stuff like that, you know what I mean? So that's a big one. Success as well in this worldly life, you know what I mean? People always say they try to drag it and try to push it away from the dunya, but success can be a lot of things, it can be, you can't just narrow success down to one thing, You can't just say, the akhirah deen and that's it, you know what I mean? You have success in other things as well, like your business, if you're successful business, you know what I mean? Successful in your job, in your work, whatever it is, uni studies, whatever it is, just finding success in that. And the third one for me is contentment. Contentment is very broad, you know what I mean? You can be content. If you're content, you're happy with whatever you have. You know what I mean? So, yeah, that's for me, bro.
What about you, Adam?
Wallahi, I think the capitalist society that we live in, in the world today, it's changed the way we look at success. Over the years, it's changed completely. But the way I view success, is my deen first and foremost my deen, and as Joey said, contentment. Because wallahi, we all might think, happiness is the hardest thing to achieve, or success is the hardest thing to achieve. But wallahi, the hardest thing to achieve, I think personally, is contentment. Because we're always going to want something. We're always going to want the next thing. But if you're at a point in your life where you're content, you're successful, man. Because what else do you need? How else would you define success? You're content. You're happy with what you have. And I think that comes in combination with deen and your daily life. Whatever you do in your daily life, your job, your vocation.
I was gonna say that comes back to like just saying Alhamdulillah, you know, for everything that you have. Like, it's actually such a big thing. Like the contentment starts from saying Alhamdulillah.
Yeah, for sure. Boys turn this to a mashallah, bro.
Emotional farewell, cuz.
Little talking trophies, dawah, bro.
Can I stand on the dawah corner or not?
Nah, you're out, bro. You're cancelled already.
No, talk to the Halimos, cuz.
Demonetized, cuz. You're demonetized.
I'll demonetize, Habibi.
I'm gonna think.
Helping him get more views, cuz. Controversy is always good.
Let River talk, bro.
My thing for success, let me think, cuz. Obviously, spiritually, as you guys said, I'll say that. But personally, I think people forget this, but working on a legacy, it's like, that's what you got to work towards. Like, people, the thing is, think about this, yeah, you're on this earth for 70, 80 years if you're lucky, 90 years if you're very lucky. So what happens 2 generations after you're gone, guys? No one's going to remember you. You know what I mean? It's like you're nothing. We live this world, we have ego, we have pride, but like, what's your legacy? What are you going to leave this world? Like, what are you going to leave generations to come? What are your family going to believe? You know what I mean? What's your beliefs your family going to have? What's the ideologies your family going to have? Your lineage. And I'd also say is being the best person you could be. That's probably success in life. Because I feel like, you know, the thing is, people work too hard. Oh, I want to be the best business owner. I want to be this. But you got to be the best person. End of the day, it's like, because if you want to be surrounded by genuine people, you got to be a genuine person yourself. Guys, this is wave, guys, bro.
This guy's cooked, right?
Yeah, but that's what I said. That's what I personally say, man. That's my measure of success. And of course there is materialism towards them, man. I feel like, you know, you gotta have something, man. Like, because, you know, you gotta, for example, I'd say is like, you gotta have wells that you know, build some wells, build some schools, take care of some orphans. I reckon that's something that's important. That's success in life as well, because you're helping someone else live their life.
Even like stuff like
I was
gonna say, even stuff like passing on knowledge, like, wallahi, people belittle that, but it's so important, like, to younger generations, younger cousins, siblings, like, you know, good knowledge, pass that on. And obviously, you know, well, not obviously, but like, somebody that's younger than you is expected to live out after you're gone, so that person can go pass it on and pass it on and pass it on, and that knowledge just grows. And maybe even it's improved, who knows? But yeah, I think like that's such a belittled thing, like passing on good knowledge. Yeah. People don't do it as much anymore.
That's true, man. This generation.
I also think like now too. Like striving for personal growth, because like, you know, we should never be content with who we are. You know what I mean? Every day we should be waking up, you know, better person, or like, and also like setting goals. You know, have a goal for 1 year, but like have a goal, what I'm trying to do for my deen and what I'm trying to do for my like dunya 10 years from now, and then, you know, meeting those goals. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure, man. I reckon that's a good, nice little video. A good discussion we had about that. So that's everyone's views on life. Boys, once again, thanks for coming through. This is Air Raid. We Air Raid with our boys. Talk about different topics. We have a laugh. Make sure you guys hit the like button, subscribe to our channel, and follow us on Instagram. And I've also put the Instagram of the boys, their Instagram pages there, so you can hit them up with a follow. Once again, boys, thank you for coming through. Stay humble.
Like Reza Hancho. Thanks to Reza Hancho and Damien.
Appreciate you.
Nice boys.